And here we are, another series, at least on the live side of things. This will be the fourth cast and the final cast of Day 1 of Titans League Platinum. Here in Group A, we have ACCM and Doubts. And what makes this interesting is that Vinchester, who was number 1 in the whole thing last year, is in this group. And Vinchester actually lost he lost 2 games in his very first series. Doubt looking for his dock here. He's gone for the Malians, a very good Nomad pick. And then on the other side, we have ACCM, who's gone for the Lithuanians. So we have a very interesting generation here. Doubt is actually going to be docking a little pond/lake, only it's not in the middle. So if it was in the middle, that is more common. I mean, it doesn't happen every generation, but he could figure it out. Based on what he sees here, he might not realize, oh, never mind. He will realize that at least this side is landlocked. But this could be good for him, or this could be bad for him. A lot of people are going to adapt their strategy later on, based on if their fish are going to be safe. Again, it would be dependent on his strategy. I think if you were to go for Fast Castle, it would be really good. If you wanted to compete for water, even though his fish would be safe here, it might hurt him actually to not be able to group up any fire galleys from this dock with the other dock. Meanwhile, the dock from ACCM is on the right side, and we'll see him scouting to find Doubt's dock, which they may or may not end up finding. And as always, the name of the game is to use your sheep or goats to find others' docks. So we're actually going to see a just passing moment with sheep, I'm guessing. Actually, wait a second. Doubt already found his opponent's dock. So he already lost a sheep over here. That's the one that is moving here for ACCM, I'm guessing. So Doubt found his opponent's dock right away. That's actually a really big deal. That's the only reason you really scout the shoreline. I mean, he will be able to scout with fishing ships to find out the situation here for himself. I think 3 deep fish plus a shore fish or 2 is not too bad for Doubt. I don't think he would have necessarily been planning on that, though. So very safe fish. I'm trying to determine what this map looks like at the moment. It's shaped like something, but I'm not sure what it is. Like a moldy piece of bread. Not that I have a lot of those around my house, but I don't know. I'll probably opt to listen to your ideas more than anything. Like a dinosaur skull? I mean, it could look like a dinosaur skull, I guess. A curled cat? See, this is very different than moldy bread. Well, as far as the civs here go, I do prefer the Lithuanians. Starting with that extra 150 food makes your start very easy. But Malians are one of 2 civilizations that can afford a TC, a house, a dock, and a fishing ship at the start. So Malian start's certainly not bad. I feel like all of Doubt's wood being behind him could also be good for him. But this is wide open, and I can't help but feel like if anyone ever controls this hill, it's going to be important. Like the wood generation's definitely weird here. It feels like he's almost cramped. So he almost needs to push to the side or forward to be able to expand his eco. And there's only stone back here, so I could see Lithuanians and ACCM being in a better position. It just seems like it'd be easier to move around. Here we have boar number 2 for ACCM. And let's see, does he found Doubt's dock? No, he has no clue where Doubt's dock is. He might end up finding that Doubt's over here with this goat, though. So far, as smooth as can be from both players. But remember, one of the common strategies on this map is to try and win water. And so, like, if you go to win water, if you're Doubt, and your opponent makes ships, there's no risk that you're going to end up losing your fish. He now knows that this is a safe fish for him. And he now knows his opponent has docked over here. But again, like that, the downside is if you try and dock over here, you almost need to make 2 of them because your original dock can't produce. I mean, it can produce ships, but it's not going to help you out that much. I'd be interested to see if Doubt takes his boar. Because at the moment, ACCM has not seen anything that could indicate Doubt's here. Actually, no, I lied. Okay, so he must have lost a sheep. Doubt has not lost a sheep or a goat next to ACCM's town center yet. So very interesting generation. so many different things to think about and talk about, and that can affect your play. And I feel like true Nomad should be adapting and not always being able to choose a strategy and do the same thing every single time. And that's precisely what we have here. Though obviously it helps to know exactly what you're capable of in a game. You might want to ban out Nomad, right? They had opportunities to ban. And the way the draft works, for those that don't see it, someone just said they wish they could see it on YouTube. So basically you have ban at the start. So like Doubt bans a map, ACCM bans a map. Then Doubt picks a map, then ACCM picks a map. And then it's ban until there's one map remaining, and whatever map is remaining is what ends up being played for game one. So if you hate Nomad, you had like 3 or 4 separate instances of getting bans. Now we've got double dock here for ACCM. Now it's going to help Dowd as he has Malian, so his wood buildings are a bit cheaper. And again, his fishing ships are safe. Oh, but man, actually, now that I think about it, like his fish are going to run out here. It feels like if he doesn't kill his opponent's fish, he's going to have to end up fish trapping here. Yeah, this is where, like, I think, and I'd have to talk to someone who's more of a Nomad expert, but I think if you have safe fish, your best strategy is actually to just go fast castle. Because look, like ACCM, it would have been making galleys. He hasn't found Doubt's dock. So ACCM is making galleys. He would otherwise be making galleys against no fish. But now that you're making ships, the galleys actually benefit ACCM because he can defend his own fish. So I think it's a bit of a trap here from Doubt that he found where ACCM's fish will be. We'll see, of course, how much damage he's able to get in. Because ACCM's completely clueless to this. Like, he has scouted a lot of this map, and he just has not found the dock anywhere. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Found it. And now he's got to be thinking that this... I don't know if I'll actually look at this, but he might be thinking that he could get in on the other side. Okay, Doubt shows up with the fires. It does benefit Doubt to be very close. And Doubt's on the fishing ships already. And ACCM's now thinking that Doubt's going to be coming from this side, which would be correct. And ACCM was hoping he could mass the galleys because he figured he'd be far away. Remember, he already scouted this shoreline. Doubt, he docked the shoreline after the fact. So ACCM's got to be very confused by this. And so he's not able to fish with those 3 fishing ships. And now Doubt comes in with galleys to kill these 2. So I take it back. I mean, Doubt not having a lot of fish to fish on here hurts. But now it's at least even with the fishing ships. And we'll see what the long term looks like for Doubt. He was just going to add the barracks now. So I think Doubt's going to be happy with that. And it's so easy for the Malians to build all these buildings because all their wood buildings are discounted. So he'll be able to switch into an archer range most likely. A big thing for Doubt that he needs, though, is he needs a house, which I think he's forgotten. And it's going to be a bad one. It'll stall out his TC. It'll stall out his docks. It'll stall out everything he's trying to produce from. I imagine he'll fix that right away. But yeah, like right now it's like, housed. So idle TC time goes up. He's just going to get loom, though. That's fine. ACCM's 3 fishing ships have not been working. He's had 0 fishing ships working. How do fish traps stack up against farms? So, I forget the gather rate difference. But you have 700 wood per fish trap. And it's 100 wood for that. Whereas a farm is 60 wood. And it also depends on your farm upgrades how much you get. But fish traps last a long time, and I love the fact that Doubt's doing that. So ACCM was unable to protect his fish, very confused by the map generation. Did land a really healthy demo there, which will allow him to probably clear up things on water and maybe get back to producing more fish. But I think Doubt is already quite happy with what he's achieved here. And Doubt just stood way too close to that dock, and this is going to allow ACCM to fish freely, and it's going to allow him to add more fishing ships if he wants. Also, it's added a dock towards the middle, thinking that he could fish there. And, oh, Doubt snipes 1 more fishing ship. That was really sneaky from him. Also bringing in boar, bringing in deer. Still no archer range, though. I was expecting maybe he would do that. He's actually going to drop a stable over here. And naturally, ACCM is probably going to send the Navy this way. And Doubt's still going to make some ships so he won't give up full water control to ACCM. Yeah, plus you only need 75 wood for the fishing ship in the first place. Exactly. And you don't need a villager to work on the fish trap, right? So it's a unit you already have, and you want those units to be working. Full walls from ACCM. Possibly feeling like Doubt's Castle Age time will be better than his. Would love to see ACCM wall this off. That might not be an issue because of how Doubt's playing this, but you never know. Sorry for the dinging. I apologize for the ring-a-ling dings, but I have to click the docks and the ships, and that's just how it works. Doubt, I'd love to see him make a scout here. I think like one scout would do a lot of help for him. And I'm a little surprised that he moved out there when he did. But he is going to have fire ships from the other side, so it kind of traps ACCM. I don't know. We'll see how this pans out for Doubt. He's going to be chased all the way to the edge of the map. Now he could just send the fires in towards the fish, I suppose. ACCM going to retaliate with his own fires. Big walls for ACCM. Still not up to Castle Age from him. Doubt is known for being aggressive in early castle. He likes to sell his stone sometimes. Go for the market play. Where is ACCM going? I think he was actually going to try and dock there. I think he just saw that the situation down here, and I believe he was going to try and dock, and now Doubt Scout's going to find that villager. So that's a little bit of a gift there. ACCM will lose that unless he quick walls it. 2 stables from Doubt, forging and bloodlines on the way. What he doesn't know is that ACCM's gold is right beyond those walls. Now, the fires from Doubt didn't end up killing any more fishing ships. But he hasn't allowed ACCM to freely fish, and it's been that type of game. Still might not give up on water either. He could use his starting dock to research War Galley first thing if he wants to. I would never do it. I would go for night numbers. But Doubt's able to do both. So now I'm liking it more and more as he also drops the monastery. He will lose this dock, unfortunately. I wonder if he's going to lose this dock before the ship. It's so close. I think he will. Ah, it was at 90%. It'd be pretty smart from Doubt to maybe dock the other side of the map and then loot fires in the other direction too. But he's got to focus on this push. We've got 2 roaming spearmen for ACCM. But, you know, he could make a few more. He could make monks, and he drops a house there. Doubt having no siege doesn't allow this push to really get going. And Doubt here, still engaging against ACCM. It's as good an engagement as he's going to get, but ACCM still holding here very nicely. This has been an amazing game. I don't know if you guys have been enjoying this as much as I have, but it's been really good. Remember, we talked about Doubt needing to expand in the long term. Chose not to TC over here. He wants it right next to everything. That's probably good for the short term. And here he's just going to convert a spearman. ACCM just deletes it. As ACCM has his own monastery, is making a scout and some of his own knights. Grab this relic. Has a lot of things behind these walls now. And has 7 fishing ships. So, I mean, Doubt's decision to go for the water there, perhaps a little bit questionable, as we have the scout go in for the monk. What a great play here. And he kills the monk. That was a splendid play from ACCM. Remember, Doubt was Castle Age faster. And ACCM's been able to defend so far. And now Doubt, he's got to make another monk here. But there's a monk here from ACCM. And ACCM could convert a knight. And Doubt's going to pull away. Interesting, interesting. Fish boom's not crazy. We know that. In fact, the food economy from fish might even be better for Doubt because of the fish traps. Doubt's Vil count could and probably should surpass ACCM's. Actually, no, I take it back. ACCM's going to be 3 TCs. What? Holy transitions, man. Are both players going for conversions? One player's going to convert a knight, though. Other one's going to convert a spearman. Both end up losing the monks, but the knight can run away and survive. Or not, actually. It looks like that knight will die. Important that Doubt kills it, and he does. Very well played by Doubt. Doubt now adding another scout. And it's a bad day to be a monk, guys. It's a very bad day if you just want to chill inside of your temple or your monastery and worship the Lord. Doubt adding the third TC. Again, I'm not a big fan of the positioning, but he doesn't see another resource, right? Like, I still would prefer to see him expand, but I guess if you ever get raided... I mean, geez, research too. Oh, what? Oh my God. Okay. This is one of the more impressive things you're going to see. ACCM. What an amazing play from him. Okay, so he couldn't find Doubt's dock originally. Got surprised and lost all of his fish, all right? Then has had to full wall the entire map. Was later to Castle Age, had to thwart knights. Now is trying to defend, boom on 3 TCs, blah, 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 blah. This guy scouted this a while ago, looped a villager the whole way around, and is going to be in a position to take out Doubt's fishing ships and fish traps, which is going to hurt Doubt because he doesn't really have the farming eco yet. That is insane to me. You could have so easily just never done that and still been okay with the rest of the aspects of this game. But ACCM's like, yeah, I know you call Doubt the Lord, but I'm actually a god. Sorry. Like, what? Especially on the timing, too. Like, if you're going to get an attack signal when you're worried about all this. I mean, both players are playing exceptionally well. Doubt, though, he leaves a monk exposed, and that monk is going to go down before it gets a conversion. And now Doubt, everything's just falling apart. Sanctity being in right now for ACCM means that his monks can take one more hit. And, I mean, that scout could also be... Ooh, ooh, ooh. Doubt, run away. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Very awkward. Again, bad day to be a monk. I'm not sure if it's a good day to be a knight or not. Great job from Doubt. He's going to kill these monks. And I guess in the end, he'll take this. ACCM has to back up. We'll see if this dock produces. Looks like it will. Doubt doesn't see that. Doubt has no reason to ever expect that and go to defend from that. 75 eco, though, versus 60. Guys, ACCM has 53 seconds of TC idle time. I know that, you know, for the most part, we do this for entertainment and to enjoy high-level play. And there are times when you guys probably watch, and I will say, oh my God, this makes me want to play Age of Empires 2 right now. It's inspiring to see this type of level, right? But honestly, this is so good, it makes me just want to quit. Like, I don't have aspirations to be, you know, one of the best players in the world. I want to be top 50, which I guess is pretty high. But I see stuff like this, and I'm like, yeah, I have absolutely no chance to ever get to the level that these two are playing at. Particularly ACCM, though I should maybe calm down with my excitement over him, because look at Doubt's push that's coming in. We have redemption on the way for ACCM's monks that will allow him to convert this siege. And he will go in to convert this siege now. It's just popped. He's going to pull back to the TC, though, and just be a little bit more patient. Also, his 2 relics. So his knights have 10+2 attack, which is very helpful. Obviously, you still don't want to donate those knights to your opponent. And I would have loved to have actually seen the atonement upgrade from him. Instead of, or in addition to, redemption, as he donates knights to convert 1 mangonel. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it here. Look at what Doubt's doing here. Doubt's killing a lot of monks. He does lose his siege, but he's still going to hold some really good map control because of this. Has lost his fishing ships, has lost his fish traps now. He actually made a second dock like he was going to fight back for it, but I think Doubt will take that trade. This is a very close game. Yes, ACCM's got an amazing economy. He's also added more fish over here. Or, excuse me, I guess he's added more fish in general. Maybe not there. But that trade there was not too bad. Your siege push was probably never going to kill your opponent anyways. At least now you can hold the rest of the map. And remember this hill we talked about. Imagine a castle here would be so good. I'm very curious on if Doubt's going to outpost this side, right? Because I think that's an avenue for attack later on for both players. If ACCM would have had a better engagement there, he would have castled here instead of here. He was concerned that this was becoming a problem. And he's still concerned it's going to be a problem as he now drops a tower. Maybe he knew it was coming. He's got the pikeman upgrade right now, but oh no, of course it's going to happen with Doubt. Doubt dropping a castle that may or may not go up. When have you heard that in a sentence before? But I think it will go up. All right, and that is as risky as it could possibly get for him, but calculated. It will deny that gold. It will deny some of the wood. It cuts off a large portion of ACCM's eco. Oh, man. Tell me Doubt sees this, though. ACCM's like, well, I've got TCs, now I've got castles. I'm fine. Let's go raid. Oh! Hello? Just passing? Hello? Oh, it's a guided tour. Oh, this was on the schedule. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, they're actually fighting each other, and this is a giant war? Oh, that's really cool. Well, Doubt is also trying to kill things. He's more focused on the farms, and he does react, but he takes some losses. And that's quite a few villagers down and quite a few villagers idled. The plus side for Doubt, though, is that the army that's attacking him doesn't even have armor. And he's going to use the scouts, and he's going to kill those monks, so these things will get pushed away. And I guess the pikemen that are so speedy with the Lithuanians might chase these camels down from Doubt as well. ACCM, his priority has to be saving this army, though. I want to see Doubt kill these monks. Again, like, the scouts got so much value already. Tell me he notices. Well, lots to focus on. Camels running, chasing, sees the monks, kills one of them. And now those monks can't really hop out of there easily. Imp would be important. Doubt's on the way to the Imperial Age here. They also got a few Gabetto. Never a bad unit to have in combination with everything else to counter the pikemen. And the key difference in this game, at least for me, is initiative. One of the most important things you could have. Doubt's coming back on water, by the way, which is crazy. But not just initiative, but army count. Or let's just say army type. All of those things are combined with initiative, of course. It's a whole different conversation, but I think that's looking pretty good for Doubt, assuming he can keep his castles up. Now, he just clicked these Gabetto here, and the pathing is taking them the wrong way. And thankfully for Doubt, he realizes, as both players are on the way to Imp, this is an amazing Nomad game, so I'll say this. If you're watching this on the main channel, I hope you enjoy this. This is an amazing game. The full best of 3 will be in the description. And subscribe to the Extras channel, please and thank you. We have all sets up there, hours and hours of content every single day for all you people who either need naps or don't want to work or don't want to study, whatever else. Whoa, what a crazy fight. Doubt's going to win this fight, though. That is an awful fight for ACCM. And it's just an invitation for Doubt to now drop a castle here before he reaches Imp. It's going to be 2 castles versus 2. Doubt in the position to make some trebs. Remember, he's also kind of on the clock with gold. This position is so awkward for him. He can scout and find this gold if he looks for it. He doesn't see it. Oh, and he doesn't see this either. Oh, my God. Oh, that's so unlucky for him. I mean, at the end of the day, you do have to say, like, maybe get the relic. If you get the relic, you're going to see it. You know, maybe make some outposts. That's an important aspect of the game. But also, like, how unlucky can the guy be? He is going to see this area where he could pressure ACCM. But as far as Doubt is concerned, he's just working with this, which is like 1,200 gold. And he's going to switch sides, actually, which is an interesting choice. I mean, he doesn't see a lot of units that could dive for trebs at the moment from ACCM, but ACCM has Latus in those castles. Oh, man. This is a great game, because Doubt's army here will force some type of reaction. And it being Gabetto plus camels means you can't just send pikemen. And it's also going to deny a lot of resources. It also means that the trebs can have their time. Let's see what the Latus end up doing here. I think ACCM had like he had an upgrade check moment where he's like, oh crap, I didn't have any armor this whole time. So he's working on that. He didn't notice this. He did not notice this. He's so focused on this. Oh my God. Oh my God. This raid is going to change the game. And I'm sure the trebs are going to go down. Like, I feel like that's the move for ACCM here. But he still has no clue. Oh, he's like me when I choose to play without my headphones. It's like he didn't realize. Now he knows, though, and he's just lost like 50 economy. And the most crucial of economy as well. The stone, the gold. Oh, man. Doubt's got to be so happy with that. Now, at the end of the day, Doubt's aggression has kind of given him that opportunity. Because he chose to take a fight. He chose to drop the castle, sorry, and go for Trebs. And all those things distracted ACCM and worried ACCM. ACCM goes for Halb. He still has some Latis out, but he's lost 2 of his castles. His relics are right beneath this. Doubt's still pretty light on gold. He does escape with what's left of this army. I actually think ACCM still has a chance because Doubt doesn't... He stopped making army. And you could tell he's desperate for gold. But, like, this is bad for Doubt. He also lost his castles. ACCM will kill all the trebuchets. And ACCM can get back on the gold and can get back on the stone, is killing these villagers. Doubt went from killing 50 villagers to losing all control over the game, which is just a crazy statement. I know Doubt had gold problems, but what was his plan here? Like, he didn't upgrade anything in Imp. He just went for the trebs, and maybe he thought that would be enough. Oh my goodness, 5 trebuchets down for Doubt, and ACCM with a 30 population lead. And Doubt, okay, he did find this gold now. Good, did find that gold. It also opened up his mind to looking for stone. I like the walling there. That's an important thing he's done. And Heavy Camel is the right decision if it's just Latis. But ACCM's got a 2-pronged attack here. Much like Doubt did with the Gebetto and Knight combination. Now it's Latis and Halb. Also, shout out to this monk for being an absolute badass. Okay, it didn't work out, but I still admire him for it. ACCM still has his trebs. Doubt wasn't able to save his. ACCM now producing Latis, producing Halbs, pressuring Doubt's castle. And Doubt doesn't have the castle numbers to really get the Gebetto mass up. And it's easier to produce Halbs, right? Because you're just producing out of the barracks now. Not to mention there's speedy Halbs with the Lithuanians. Okay, here comes monk number 2. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Oh, well, all right. He died. I was going to say maybe he's not going for the relic this time. And ACCM just says, all right, I just need to camp these trebs here. Also, has the galley there. I don't know if that's intentional, but that's a pretty nice touch. Doubt trying to do anything right now to take ACCM out of position. And he's sinking a lot into repairing this castle. It's fortunate for him that the trebs are firing uphill, so they're doing less damage. And Doubt's army count's certainly looking better than it was a moment ago. But, I like the Gebetto as a unit, but it is just so fragile. It's so low HP. And ACCM figures he's close enough to taking this castle out that he can just commit to the fight. And he'll do so. And he'll clear up the army from Doubt. And he's going to take out Doubt's castle. And in the Titans League opener, at least for these 2 players in Group A, it seems like ACCM is going to open up with a winning game 1. I've just not seen any positives for Doubt. He won't be able to make Gebetto anymore. He's just stuck on camels from here. And we kind of talked about the options the Lithuanians have. It's like any map they can go into, and they can have some really good options. This civ has been stacked for a long time, ever since it's been introduced, pretty much. Malians is more about the flexibility early. We saw that flexibility used from Doubt. He did a lot in feudal. He did a lot in castle. But what can he do now? Does he have a strong unit type, a unit comp? Does he have any positives? ACCM still producing Latis, still producing Halbs. It wouldn't be a bad move from ACCM to just drop a castle here now. You just come forward, drop a castle, and then your trebuchets from underneath that castle can start taking everything else out. ACCM, I want to see his vision. He can see a lot more of the map, right? If Doubt would have pushed in this way, ACCM would be in a similar problem where he's stuck and constricted. But the winner of the whole castle Trebor, even though a bunch of castles went down, sorry about the sniff, was definitely ACCM. Just simply due to the fact that he had continuous army production there. But, like, he lost like 40 villagers or something right before that. You see this in most cases, that attack that happened earlier, and normally the game ends there. Now with ACCM, man. Look at the idle TC count. 4 minutes and 40 seconds. His macro has been insane. Again, there's the castle we're asking for. Relic number 3 is now in. So the latest of 13 plus 4 attack. And, I mean, Doubt's waiting for hand cannons here, guys. But this is just not going to work. ACCM had vision on the stone, so ran over to the stone. ACCM is going to send some halbs over here now to protect the golds. He's probably wondering, you know, what on earth is Doubt going to do here? Like, I'm not actually seeing any army from him. And I'm sure ACCM knows that he's going to win this first game. And what a great game, though. I like the amount of discussions we were able to have on the pros and cons of certain situations. Like, there were pros and there were cons to Doubt's dock starting position, for example. There were pros and there were cons to Doubt opening with the faster knights. And, yeah, I mean, I could go down the whole list. Obviously, I hope I've done this game justice with my commentary. I sometimes have situations where I don't feel like I've done that. But this game has been a treat of a Nomad game, but Doubt's now at 100 pop. Obviously, $40 per victory in this tourney. So we put a lot of money on the line for the players to be able to play for. But ultimately, this is a league format. Every win matters. And if you don't win enough games, you will be relegated down to gold for the next season. That's something that Doubt was in the conversation for in the first season. As was ACCM. Because they both, I mean, the groups are just crazy. The competition's crazy all the time. But yeah, Doubt, I mean, I don't know if Malians have any bonuses at play here. Doubt's like, I don't want C90 to put this on YouTube. And so if he does, I'm going to make sure a bunch of people leave at the end to mess with the algorithm. That's definitely what he's doing. Trebs versus hand cannons. Who wins, guys? Actually, a closer battle than one might think. GG. What a crazy, crazy game. But yeah, you can look at the KD, both in the eco and the normal KD. But I think this tells part of the story, right? Most created unit from Doubt was 40 camels. We haven't seen camels in a very long time. 102 halbs created by ACCM. He's got 32 on the map, but we also saw Latus. We also saw Knights. He just produced like a madman this game. I mean, the one tiny thing that really excited me in this game, which I'd like to talk about again, is how ACCM somehow got a dock up in like the safest dock ever. And then Doubt cleared it up and got back on the fish traps. Like, that's wild to me. But no, ultimately, I kind of want to go back, actually. Okay, so Doubt got in. Okay, so at this point, guys, look at, I'm going to skip through when this fight's happening, and I want you to look at the unit queue for Doubt. Okay, so there he's producing a couple knights. Not a lot, though, when you're headed towards Imp. Still not seeing, he's in Imp, actually. Look, he's not producing anything. Okay, still looking. I mean, obviously, it's me being a little critical. Like, I skipped through it, and he got 2 knights, 1 Gabetto. Like, ACCM, he only has 1 castle, and he's producing 2 Latus, and he's producing 3 halbs, and he just kept producing units. Now, some of that certainly came down to Doubt not seeing gold. If he would have been on this gold a couple minutes earlier, you could easily make a strong argument that he's able to make more army here, and maybe could go for, like, champions or something. But I think, like, he was very focused on the fight. He figured, I'm going to treb down ACCM, and then ACCM stuck, but he didn't expect ACCM to be able to produce as much. Like, ACCM also had 18 villagers in queue as he lost, like, 50. So he immediately got back up to a good vill high. So, very impressive win from ACCM. Once again, everybody who's watching this on YouTube later, because that was a banger. Basically, I don't want to spam full sets to the YouTube channel until later stages of any tourney, because it's, I mean, there's nothing wrong with too much content, but sometimes I could put up a series that might not be as entertaining. I want you guys, if you see a video by T90 Official, to think that it's going to be a good game, because my main channel always gets the best games, right? So for that reason, you got this individual game, which happened to be game 1 in this series. If you want to watch the full best of 3, though, or play all 3, excuse me, and wow, look at that. In fact, Dowd had more gold. Dang, that's a crazy stat. If you wish to see the rest of the games, you can just check the video description where we'll have the full play all 3. It's also on a second YouTube channel, which is called T90 Extras, where like all the sets from this are just going all the time. Okay? Cool. Thank you. Total eco count that game, 186 for ACCM. Pretty telling stat, right? Is there a total military? I mean, this is cool. I guess you could do the math with some of it. I'm just trying to think through. It'd be cool. Let's look at military counts. Military population. Yeah, look at that. This is military population throughout the entire game. It almost always seems like ACCM had a little bit more. Now, I think where that gets deceiving is I think he had extra Navy, right? Like, didn't he still have this? Okay, so if we're being particular, that Navy would apply to that, which might mean that things were a little bit more even. But I do still think that tells the tale, certainly right here. Like, Dowd lost his army, and there's a drop-off. And ACCM always had consistent production. GG, well played. And, man, both players speedy as can be. Great game.